really just want to share with you my journey to being, comfortable with being alone and just my journey of learning to enjoy my own company. What is up, you guys? I am back at it again with another video. Basically, what you can expect from this video today is I really just want to share with you my journey to being, comfortable with being alone and just my journey of learning to enjoy my own company. Because, when I do share vlogs of, me taking these solo trips, everyone's always like, oh my gosh, you're so brave. I could never do it alone. I could never go by myself. And I don't know, it's so interesting because over the past like 5 or 6 years, like I've completely shifted in my relationship with myself and just my whole viewpoint on being alone. I think I have an interesting perspective on it, and I'd love to share my story and journey with you guys. So let's get to it. So to just give you guys a little bit of background, the person I was up until this point, basically it was in high school. In my first year out of high school, I just started to be more aware of myself, of my surroundings, everything like that. I feel like in high school I was very angry. I was definitely around a lot of negative people, and so obviously I found myself in a lot of negative situations. So I had a very closed, limited perspective of myself, my surroundings, my life in general. Once I got out of high school was when I was like, dang, I've been super unhappy these past couple of years. I'm unhappy with, how I'm living my life. I'm unhappy with how I feel. And I just always have felt like this deeper sense of life. Like there's got to be more to it than just this, And so I really started to dig into that once I got out of high school. So once I got out of high school is when I really started to question everything. I would just find myself in certain situations, like just around groups of people and just feeling very much alone and just unfulfilled. And after a while, I just sat down and I'm like, listen, from what I'm seeing, it looks like I am just constantly surrounding myself with people to fill some type of void. And I realized like I genuinely could not stand being alone. I couldn't stand, doing things by myself. That was not very common for me at that time. I constantly had to have someone there. And I really started to question that because I was like, where is this coming from, The more that I was questioning things, the more I was starting to seek those answers. So whether it be in books, nature, my friends, my family, whoever, I was seeking answers to these questions that I had about who I was. So I was talking to my cousin in an extremely close relationship, and I just remember talking to her one day, telling her like, cousin, I don't understand why I'm always surrounding myself with a bunch of people, even if I don't like them. Why do I feel like I have a hard time being by myself? What should I do? How do I get out of this? What's next? And she asked me, she was like, Amara, have you ever been, out to eat by yourself or done anything by yourself? I was like, girl, what? No, like I'm not trying to look weird at no restaurant eating by myself. And she was like, listen, when you go places by yourself, a lot of times you get to interact with people that you wouldn't have interacted with before. If someone sees you sitting at a table by yourself, they feel more comfortable in approaching you, And I was like, okay, that's interesting. So as soon as she said that, I was like, okay, this is my challenge for the week. I have to go take myself out to eat by myself. Let me bring a good book and let's see where this goes. So I found a really cute restaurant. I'm sitting down. Immediately my food comes out. This couple walks up to me. Oh my gosh, that food looks so good. What is it? Is it good? Do you like it? And I was like, whoa, I see what my cousin was talking about. And I just felt like for the first time, just simply be there. I could just simply exist, and there wasn't anything that I had to do throughout that dinner. Like, I'm sorry, I'm really struggling with how to put this into words, but you know, I feel like sometimes I'm that person where I always want to try to accommodate others in any way that I can. And so it was just super refreshing to sit down at dinner, to read, and I'm going to order what I want to eat. You know, I'm going to stay here as long as I want. And so that was the first time I had ever done something by myself. And like I said, this is like 5 or 6 years ago. And I was like, whoa, this piece hits different. Okay. So ever since that one time going out to dinner, it was a habit. It became part of my routine. I would go to coffee shops all the time by myself. I'd go hammocking, hiking by myself. I'd go swimming by myself, going to the gym by myself. Like, I just started implementing that into all of my daily activities and really just make it a point to spend time alone, because like I said, I do like accommodating other people. I am very charismatic, I'm empathetic, and so, you know, when other people are feeling some type of way, I can feel that. And sometimes I have the tendency to take that on as my own, which has only hurt me in the past. And so it was a huge breaking point for me in my growth and just my journey in discovering who I am and what my desires are, because I think that was just like the waking point for me. Like, whoa, I really like being by myself, and this is something that I need to continue to do, so I can continue to grow. And so once I got the basics down of, you know, going out to dinner by myself and doing things like that, is when I really wanted to up my game. And I'm like, nah, we're going to take this to the next level. I'm trying to go on vacation by myself, right? And so my first vacation ever by myself was me going to Mexico. And it was one of the craziest experiences I had ever had, like, spiritually. Like, I just felt so in tune with God. And I just got into writing like a couple years ago. Nothing crazy, but just like journaling and you know, writing about experiences, my feelings, all that good stuff. And literally, I was on vacation, I think for 5 or 6 days in Mexico, and all 5 or 6 days I was writing. And I just felt super locked in. I felt super, I just felt a lot at peace. And I think that first vacation to me showed me a lot of different things and a lot of the benefits of traveling by yourself, because I was like, wow, you know, you're forced to put your trust and faith not only in God, in yourself, and in others too. It's like, you know, I'm in a foreign country. I don't speak the language. You know, I have to trust my instincts. If I feel like this is a bad place and I shouldn't be in this area right now, I have to act on that, or otherwise there could be serious consequences, you know. And just like my discernment as far as meeting new people. Okay, this seems like a cool person. Something's off with this person. Maybe I shouldn't go get drinks with them later. You know, like, I just felt like it heightened my senses that much more being by myself. And again, I'm by myself. I'm in a foreign country. People feel more comfortable approaching me since I am by myself. So I've been able to make a lot of crazy cool connections with people all over the world while traveling. And that's like one of my biggest things why I love traveling by myself, because I just meet so many cool people. And, you know, I love being on my own type of time. I love being like, okay, I want to spend the whole day at the beach, be at the beach for an hour and be like, actually, I'm ready to go home. Okay, let me go do this. I just love going with the flow of life and what feels good at that time. And I love that being by yourself, you know, gives you that. And, you know, another thing too is just being by myself. I've been able to just hear my own voice more, because I'll say, like, whenever a situation presents itself, like, I can't just be like, oh, okay, it's this way and no other way. Like, I'm like, oh, well, it could be this, it could be this, it could be, like, I'm constantly seeing many different perspectives. So for me personally, it is imperative that I have time by myself, because That's a lot to sort out just within my own head. So then I got 5, 10 other people, you know, telling me their thoughts and their opinions. It just can cloud my judgment, and it overwhelms me. It overwhelms me. So that's been my experience with that. I don't know. I feel like once I got out of wanting to be around everyone else and just being cool with being with me is when I really started to see and appreciate who and what I am, you know? And I'm still trying to figure out who and what I am. But to me personally, there's just been so many benefits to being able to enjoy my own company. I don't know, guys. I don't know why I wanted to come on here and say that. I just felt compelled to share it because, like I said, I feel like it's a journey that not a lot of people talk about. And yeah, I don't know. So yeah, thank you guys for being here. It's a short little video, but I just wanted to share my personal experience and how it's been as far as me being by myself. So love you guys. I will see you soon. Hold it down.